Howdy y'all, my name is Senia Castro and I have chosen my final presentation to be on the effects of climate change on sea turtles. I chose this topic because I wanted to dive into the status of an animal I didn't know too much about, as well as understanding how certain subjects we have talked about can be reflected towards sea turtles. One way that climate change is affecting sea turtles is by the increase of temperature. During their incubation period, the middle third part of their embryonic development is where their sex is determined. With the rise in temperatures, there is a greater chance that there will be more female turtles hatching. Some sea turtles dig deeper nests to protect their eggs, but that doesn't mean that the temperature of the sand won't be affected with the rising temperatures. The sand in beaches will become warmer, and that will lead to the turtle eggs having a higher possibility of being female when they hatch. This is an issue because in some regions there are already areas experiencing turtles that are predominantly female biased. Climate change has had an effect on sea level rise and the weather. The increase in sea level can be seen in many coastal areas already. Beaches are being submerged and this affects turtles as well. With beaches slowly disappearing, their nest locations are disappearing as well, and there is a need to find other beaches where they can safely lay their eggs. We have all seen the effects of natural disasters becoming worse every year. Hurricanes are more frequent and storms become stronger and more dangerous. These harsher storms have the potential to wash away turtle nests and destroy the eggs. This results in fewer surviving hatchlings before they even touch the ocean water. Climate change has had an effect on the swimming and growth performance of newly hatched sea turtles. Reptiles are known to be dependent on temperature. The colder they are, the slower moving they become. The warmer they are, the more active they are. Warmer waters could be thought of as being a positive thing for turtles because you would have the assumption that they could swim away faster and escape any predator in the ocean with more ease. While this is true, a study found that baby sea turtles who hatched in cooler temperature nests grow faster in the first 3 weeks compared to the turtles that hatched from warmer nests. This is important to keep in mind because newly hatched sea turtles are easy prey. The longer they stay small, the more danger they are in, while the turtles that grow faster tend to survive longer because their size makes a big impact on what can prey on them. Sea turtles play a major role in the ocean. All sea turtles feed on algae and sargassum. The loggerhead turtle is popularly known because it also feeds on other crustaceans. By feeding on algae and crustaceans, the sea turtles help keep a healthy coral reef environment. If the algae and crustacean population becomes too large, then the coral reefs may suffocate due to food competition. While there are other fish who contribute to the feeding of algae and crustaceans, the sea turtles are important because of their size. Since they are bigger creatures, they require more food to sustain themselves and are essential to keeping up with eating algae and other crustaceans. Sea turtles are faced with challenges. They are en route to becoming extinct. Human impact has had such a negative effect on their species, yet there is little information to compare their status to. There is also the issue that there isn't much history on sea turtles since it's hard to monitor sea animals as it is, and the technology wasn't advanced enough in the past to be capable of obtaining records. Without any information about the past status of sea turtles, there isn't anything to compare with the turtle's status today. There are policies and organizations that are working towards helping out sea turtles along with other wildlife. While the Endangered Species Act, works to conserve sea turtles by placing laws within the U.S. territories that sea turtles are not to be killed or harassed in any way. Preservation groups such as the World Wildlife Fund works towards reducing the effects of human impact on the environment. Locally, there are also laws within states that are made to help sea turtles, but must make sure to follow the ESA regulations. Many areas also have organizations that may be directly involved in the preservation of sea turtles. There are many laws and organizations around the world that are trying to help the sea turtles, but the results of climate change are drastic and cannot be solved in the course of a few years. I believe that the ESA has done a good job at conserving sea turtles and wildlife in general with the implementation of laws and policies. However, it is important to know that it will take more than laws and policy to help out all the sea turtle species. From a utilitarian viewpoint, the species of sea turtles that would be most beneficial towards the ecosystem is the loggerhead. This sea turtle eats sponges and crustaceans, aside from algae, and this value supersedes the impact of other turtles because they have helped keep the population of other animals under control. Due to this, the impact that they have is greater than the other sea turtles and should be placed in more importance to saving. Instead of focusing on efforts to save all the sea turtles, if focus was shifted to helping this species in particular, then the task of saving the loggerhead would be easier. Deontology is based on the view of morality. Action should be taken based on whether something is right or wrong, without the thought of consequences taken into account. By society standards, killing is wrong. That can be reflected in a way to show that killing sea turtles is wrong. This can be a positive outcome. However, there can be cases where trying to help sea turtles ends up hurting them, but because there was an initiation to help, it's considered a good thing. One example I can think of is in the reading of Toward Ethical Norms and Institutions for Climate Engineering Research, where directly affecting the ocean could result in a climate change solution. With deontology, the result won't matter as long as the initial intention was to help the turtles. With care ethics, there's an obligation to care for others. Sea turtles should be cared for, and this may be the most common ethic that is seen today. When people are traveling on boats or are on a beach and see a turtle wrapped up in fishing line or a plastic bag, they help out the sea turtle. With or without a camera out to record the event, there are many people who would help a turtle in need because it's something that they want to do. They want the turtle to stop suffering, and if needed, they are taken into a care facility where they are looked after until they are ready to be released. For sea turtles, I think that care ethics would be the most beneficial for them. Many people volunteer to help a turtle in need without having to be associated with them already. The Head Start program is practiced in areas throughout the world and aims to increase the survival rates of sea turtles by raising them until they're old enough to have a better chance of survival in the wild. Due to the decrease in population of the sea turtles, this recovery program may be a positive step towards helping the sea turtles survive and possibly increasing their population. The question is whether this is ethical. Is there too much interference going on with these species by humans? While in captivity for the first year or so of their lives, are these sea turtles prevented from learning certain things that they would otherwise have learned from their first experience into the ocean? All in all, Sea turtles play an important role in the marine ecosystem. Without turtles, the consequences may rise to a faster rate of the downfall of coral reefs as well. While there are programs, organizations, and policies in place that are trying to help with the issue, the effects of climate change will continue to be a major impact for their survival. I do believe that the Head Start program is a good way to help out sea turtles. To make it more ethical, I think that sea turtles shouldn't be shipped from their original home to a facility in another country. They should stay in their birthplace and be released there so that they are in the location where they were originally born in. That's the end of my presentation. Thanks for watching, and good luck to everyone else who's also still doing all of their presentations for this class and for other classes.